So this lesson, yes, yeah, gotta grab it. This lesson is about Christ proving his deity. It's in a sermon, for lack of a better term, that he gives, and we'll begin. And some of this we've already read, but we'll read it again. We'll we'll read it first, and then we'll go through what we can get through from there. And this was why the Jews were persecuting Jesus, because he was doing these things on the Sabbath, referring to the healing of the lame man at the pool of Bethesda. But Jesus answered them, "My Father is working, and now I am working." This is why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. We'll explain how they came to that conclusion as we. So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing, and greater works than these will he show him, so that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life to whom he will. For the Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but has passed from death to life. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming and is now here, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son to also have life in himself. And he has given him authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming when all who are in their tombs will hear his voice and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me. If I alone bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. There is another who bears witness about me, and I know that the testimony that he bears about me is true. You sent to John, and he was born, he has borne witness to the truth. Not that the testimony that I received is from man, but I say these things so that you may be saved. He was a burning and shining, meaning John the Baptist, a shining lamp, and you were willing to rejoice for a while in his life. But the testimony that I have is greater than that of John. For the works that the Father has given me to accomplish, the very works that I am doing, bear witness about me and that the Father has sent me. And the Father who sent me has borne witness about me. His voice you have never heard, his form you have never seen, and you do not have his word abiding in you, for you do not believe the one whom he has sent. You search the Scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, but it is they that bear witness about me. Yet you refuse to come to me that you may have life. I do not receive glory from people, but I know that you do not have the love of God within you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, you will receive him. How can you believe when you receive glory from one another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one who accuses you, Moses, on whom you have set your hope. For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote of me. But if you do not believe his writings, how will you believe my words? So this is sometime after the healing of the lame man, probably pretty close to after, because it's taking place in Jerusalem. Remember, Jesus is at an unnamed feast. Your book says he's at Passover. We don't know that. We have no way of knowing what feast it is. It may have been Passover. It may not. So Jesus in this gives us 7 proofs to his deity. And you would have think that the Jews would have been thrilled that this man was healed, right? If you saw someone that had been miraculously healed, a quadriplegic that had been miraculously healed, you would be like, that's awesome, right? And it literally is awesome. But they weren't. They were angry. They were angry that the healing took place on the Sabbath. So angry that they wanted to kill Jesus. And so Jesus speaks to them and gives them 7 proofs of his right to heal the man on the Sabbath. This is their answer. This is Jesus' answer to them saying, you can't do that on the Sabbath. And Jesus is essentially saying, yes, I can. And here's why. And they rightly said, you're claiming to be God. And he made no bones. He didn't say, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I am claiming to be God. Now, it's hidden in here to our eyes, but I'm gonna show you how each of these things he says he is saying that he has equality with the Father, with God, which means he is also God. Absolutely. And he does that in 7 ways. This is a profound passage. It's a deep passage, but I think you'll understand it by the end. So Jesus claims equality with God in service. Or actions is another way you could put that. You might want to write service slash actions. This is what he says. But Jesus answered them. He said, by what authority are you doing these things? My Father is working until now, and I am working. That is why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. Now, for Jesus, that phrase, my Father, means more than I think we realize today. Because to the Jews, they understood Christ to be saying that that Christ to be saying that he was literally the Son of God. And that would have been shocking to them and offensive, quite honestly. And so Jesus claimed that whatever God, the God of the universe, can do, he could also do. So he's saying, I am equal with the Father in what I do. Whatever God does, I do. That's what he's saying when he says, the Father is working until now and I am working. That's what he's saying. Whatever the Father does, I do. Whatever I do, whatever he is doing. So he concluded his statement, leaving the Jewish leaders to draw their own conclusions. Like, what the Father does, I do, because I am God. He didn't say that part, but that's what he's saying. That's how it's rightly interpreted. So what God does, what God does, I do. What I do, he does, because we are one. So Jesus is also implying that if he violated the Sabbath, can God violate the Sabbath? No, he created the Sabbath, right? And he created it for human beings, not for himself. He doesn't rest. It says on the 7th day God rested. He rested from his labor. He rested from his creation. His creation was complete. But God doesn't take a day off, because if God takes a day off, the planets start spinning out of their orbit, right? So he's also implying that he can't break the Sabbath because he can't violate it because he's God. And so God works on the Sabbath. Is he violating the Sabbath when he does that? Of course not. So neither is Jesus. And so they are accusing Jesus of doing the very things God does. We'll stop there for today. We'll pick up here tomorrow.